So now that my zucchini corn hash is finished, I'm going to get started on my crafting.
Hey, what's up everyone, Danny here, and in this video I'm going to unveil my entry to a friendly competition called the Budget Build Showdown. 4 other YouTube channels and myself decided to get together and have a shootout to see who could build the best budget PC under a certain price point. You may know them. They are OzTalksHW, ScatterVolt, TechByMatt, and the ToastyBros. The target budget is $250 or less, with penalties to your build during judging if you go over that amount. The cost of the operating system is not factored into the price. All build strategies are welcome, meaning that the build could be put together from the ground up, or you can start from pre-existing builds and upgrade whatever is necessary. There's no restrictions regarding this. All builds should also be able to run Grand Theft Auto 5, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Unigine Heaven, Cinebench, and Firestrike. Those are going to be the benchmarks used for judging. After all the builds are complete and unveiled, they'll be judged to see which one is the best. And that's kind of a subjective word, but don't worry about it. We got the perfect person for the job, and I'll announce who that is at the end of the video. But right now, let's jump into my build. The core of my build is the Dell Optiplex 990 mini tower. This case is something that you'd most likely see in like a work office environment. It's not flashy, it doesn't scream gamer at all, but there are some nice things about this case. The first thing is that the side panels have a latching mechanism instead of thumb screws. It makes for less parts to drop or misplace, and it gives you quicker access. The expansion slots also have a screwless design, which I really like because I hate thumb screws. The entire tower costs $50, including all the basic internals to make it function. This one has an Intel Sandy Bridge i5-2400 processor in it. These came out over 5 years ago, but they're still pretty awesome for gaming in 2016, even for AAA titles. Granted, you have realistic expectations. The heatsink is a stock Dell one, which resembles a slightly taller stock Intel heatsink. The motherboard is a Dell in-house board, which they dub as small form factor, and it doesn't use the standard ATX classifications. It came with 4GB of DDR3 RAM clocked at 1333MHz. I also added an additional 8GB of 1333MHz Corsair memory that I found on Craigslist for $10, bringing the system total to 12GB. A power supply did come with the system, but it was only 265 watts, so I replaced it with a $20 Corsair 600W CX600 from Craigslist. For storage, the system already had a Western Digital Blue 7200 RPM 250GB drive. The graphics card that I chose to put in the system is the GTX 660, which I found on Craigslist for $50. This specific one is an OEM unit with a reference style blower on it, and it originally came from an Alienware desktop. I was able to overclock it from the stock 824MHz to an even 1GHz with a 1065 boost clock. That's a 21% overclock, and I didn't even have to touch the voltage, and it stayed stable through all the benchmarks, and the temperatures never reached over 75 degrees. The build also came with a serial for Windows 7 Professional 64-bit, which is a nice added bonus. For this competition it didn't matter, but outside of this competition it's a really nice thing to have and something to always look for when you're looking to build a system. The optical drive was also part of the stock build. I personally have no use for it, and I doubt many others would, but if you're someone who would still use it, then you'd save yourself 10 to 15 bucks. So adding it all up, the total cost comes to exactly $130. Whoa, hold up. The price point of the competition was $250. Why did I come in at $130, which is basically half of that? Well, if you look at all the components in the build, they stack up pretty well against typical budget builds that are around $200 to $250. There's an i5 Sandy Bridge processor in it, there's 12GB of RAM, which is a little bit more than usual, and there's also a 600W bronze rated power supply. See, the only thing in this build that I think I could have improved on is the graphics card, but if you watch these videos here, where I actually recorded myself looking for all the deals, as well as picking them up, you'll see that I did come across better graphics cards, like the R9 280X, GTX 760, I even came across an R9 290 that was priced pretty well, but they either didn't work out, or they were more than double the cost of the GTX 660, and I didn't want to just spend more on it just for the sake of using the money up. So I just kept it where it was, and hopefully the price to performance ratio, as well as just the general performance of it, can contend with builds that use up to $250. But now let's look at the benchmarks. So how I'm going to present this is basically, I'll show you the settings that we all agreed on beforehand, and then I'm going to show you a snippet from the benchmark, and then finally wrap it up with the final results from it. So enjoy. And there you have it, that's my build for the Budget Build Showdown. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of it. I've done plenty of computer builds on my channel up to this point, and usually what I try to do is try to show parts and prices that are pretty typical, but due to the nature of this being a competition, and we're looking for price to performance ratio here, I decided to do this one based on the best deals I could find and the luckiest deals I could find. So I wouldn't, go out and try to reproduce this build for exactly $130. It might be pretty difficult and might take you a while to run across deals like that. If I were to put a realistic price tag on this so that you can go out and piece it together within a week or two, I'd say set aside around $200 to do that. After this video is done, please be sure to go check out the other competitors' channels to see what they're entering. And check out the rest of their content and subscribe to them if you enjoy it. I'll have them all linked down below. As for the judging process, we got Brian from Tech City to judge our builds. He'll be releasing the judging video and announcing the winner on his channel in the near future, so be sure to go over there and subscribe to him so that you'll be notified when that happens. That's about it for this video, but to wrap this up, I just want to wish all the other competitors good luck, and I want to thank Brian again for agreeing to judge for us. This was so fun to put together, and it's just so awesome to be able to be part of like a collaborated competition like this. And best of all, you, the viewers, get 5 awesome examples of budget rigs that you can use either as a template or like a foundation for when you put your own together. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to check out the rest of my channel, and if the content's up your alley, then consider subscribing. But other than that, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.